Welcome back. The leaves have started to fall, the air is feeling crisp. It is finally time for me to talk about my autumn 2024 trends that I love. I was so uninspired for a while before making this video. It really felt like there wasn't much newness in the air, which is probably a good thing because there is so much overlap with the past few trend videos that I've made. I will link my playlist on screen if you want to check them out as well, which is actually a good thing that there's overlap. It means the micro trends haven't completely taken over. But this month of September, I've been feeling so inspired. It's probably down to all of the fashion weeks. I feel like it makes everyone a bit more creative, and it's so fun to see what all of the brands are putting out, and a lot of what we saw on the runway this month has impacted the things on this list, so I'm really excited to get started. I do actually have a autumn Pinterest board already up. I'll link in the description if you want to go check it out and like save some of the pictures that I'll be using in this video. And also, whilst we're at it, you can follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. That would be cool, at Susie Garvey, and subscribe down below. It would really mean the world. It actually makes such a difference by subscribing. I'm really excited to have this chat together. You guys always give the best opinions and really add to like the mix and the thoughts that are going on in this video in the comments, so a big thank you in advance for all your cool comments. Okay, clutch bags. I said this in spring and it still stands, whether we're talking like the cute little mini clutch bags that you're wearing when you're going out for more like smart occasions. I know we're talking about autumn and not winter, but when it comes to the festive party season in the winter months, I really feel like we're going to be seeing clutch bags everywhere, but maybe that's like saying florals in spring, I don't know. We're really seeing the bigger clutch bags and big bags being held as clutches. You don't need to own a clutch to wear a clutch. I saw this TikTok, I can't remember who did it, but she like just folded over her huge baggy leather bag and it looked like the perfect huge oversized clutch. And then recently the Coach Spring Summer 25 show in New York, these very fun exaggerated clutches, and of course my favorite ones from their collection are the ones with a kiss lock clasp. I really love this old style of retro bags and purses this whole summer, and then Coach did their show and it kind of reaffirmed and like made me even more obsessed with the kiss lock clasp. They are so timeless and elegant, like it's no point me even singing their praises, like they will just be a forever loved like hardware on a bag. And also not just having them as your bag but also your purse in your bag. Like I want to get some vintage ones of these. And then my friend Vivian has this vintage brand and she's selling this bag with a built-in kiss lock clasp purse like on the outside of the bag. That is genius. I want to find out the make of that brand and like see what other fun things they do. It's just so cute and so fun. And then the retro handles, I've been loving them in the past few months. I have this bag, I found it from a charity shop, and I kind of like it because I can wear it this way, but I can also wear it the plain black way, which I just think looks so sleek. This handle is just gorgeous. This is so comfortable to hold and like so much easier than strappy leather bags which always fall off and you're wearing a coat and it is all sliding off and you're overstimulated. Like this is exactly what I want to be carrying this autumn, and I've been seeing so many classic grab handle bags all over my Pinterest. They are so gorgeous, and the great thing about this is that the best ones are vintage, like they already exist. Speaking of bags, belts on bags, I have to thank Prada for this. Their recent Milan Spring Summer 25 runway the other week, they did this, and they did this so well. I think I mainly saw like the skinny belt, and I wasn't gonna put this in this list, but now I'm talking about it and it's just skinny belts in general being back in. Sierra O'Day was talking about this recently on her TikTok and was saying how Prada did this so well in I think the 90s, and they had them all like high-waisted, and they've just done this in their show but put them on their bags, and I think it's genius. Yeah, this is just great. I love this. I really want to try and wear my belt across my bag. And one of my favorite TikTokers and content creators at the moment is Hayley Knowles, and she wore this with one of those weaved or like woven belts, and she just showed how achievable it is. Military jackets, this is something I've been so excited to talk about because it's one of my favorite trends that I think we're gonna continue to see in autumn, or I don't know, I feel like people have been wearing them, but again maybe I'm in my own like style bubble with what I'm seeing, and I don't know if people are like, a military jacket. Already loved this whole year. Then Burberry at the London Fashion Week show, the Spring Summer 25 show, they had this adorable two-piece outfit and they did it exactly how I'm loving the military jackets. Personally, my favorite way to do it is how Burberry did it with the very tight-fitting Y2K style jackets. They're very nostalgic. They really remind me of old J. Norman and Kukai, and they're a lot of the brands I see being sold like on Vinted that are military jackets. And when I go to car boots. I went to the car boot the other day. If you watched my car boot vlog, you would have seen this one seller was selling like 4 different types of military jackets. I think they were all like old Topshop. It is so old 2010s Topshop and like London nostalgic vibe. It's so Cheryl Fight for This Love, which is kind of why I like it. Like I love the costume element of the jackets, but you can obviously also get the muted and understated ones that are less eye-catching and just have like tiny details. Could be through the buttons or a little shoulder. I don't know what they're called. Are they lapels? I can't remember, but you know, there's little shoulder things or like a really high neck buckle. Speaking of, again, is it florals and spring moment, but formal wool coats. Like we see them every autumn and winter. I don't think it's anything special, but I want to say them, I think, because of the military jackets. Just having these slightly oversized formal wool coats. Maybe they've got the high neck style. I'm really loving these high neck wool coats, and you can properly button it up. I think they look so flattering, and when they have like a little military detail and like something fun and some interesting hardware. Pea coats, we've spoken about this before. I think they've been, in my opinion, and within my fashion bubble, they've been everywhere. Like everyone's been getting on the pea coat detail tops to like jackets and like lightweight jackets and all of that. It's been everywhere, in my opinion. Like, please correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like they're so good. And wearing these, but for winter, so they're thicker, they're more of like an actual jacket. I've also been seeing some fun ones that are asymmetric cut. Maybe they have like an opening kind of, or like an interesting hemline. There's a really nice vintage copine one out there. The Peachy Den pea coat dress that's coming out, that is also really interesting, like seeing our love for pea coats made into dresses. And I've been looking on Vinted for some secondhand versions of this. Sadly, I can't find anything, so if you have any ideas of what to search for or like brands that you know that did them, please let me know. So I don't think I'm going to be able to afford the peachy one, and I think I'm gonna like not jump on that one, but I love that Peachy Den dress. Also the pea coat details being done in like non-wool form of jackets, if that makes sense, like trench coats with pea coat influences. And I've been seeing trench coats with like really nice kind of like Peter Pan collared soft cutting collars. Sandy Liang in their New York Fashion Week show, they had trenches and pea coats with these sort of styles and the buttons, and then Peachy Den have just come out with their recent trenches and these like really soft, more feminine cut jackets and trenches. Like I just see it being in for autumn and I love it. Very like soft hemlines. It's all very cute. Taekwondo shoes, and maybe they're like a hidden thing, because I'd see people talk about it on TikTok and people be like, gatekeep these shoes, but yeah, they're very cool. And vintage Adidas did these the best, in my opinion. And then recently Adidas have come out with their Taekwondo shoes, which I've been seeing everywhere. So many influencers got gifted these, so I feel like when that happens, it just makes them more trendy and more popular. And then speaking of these shoes, kind of similar in style are the Puma Mostros. Again, I've seen a lot of other influencers be gifted these, and some of my friends have them, and I'm so jealous because I kind of want them. I love the spikes, and Aries have just done a collab with them and made their version, which I also quite like. Fringe, I've said this in the past, the Indie Sleaze 2010s revival, we're loving Fringe, but we're gonna see it properly now in autumn, I think. And I saw these Isabella Marant Fringe boots. I'm obsessed with them. I used to think there's no way I would do a Fringe boot, maybe a Fringe bag and that's it. Now I want a Fringe boot. Like, I love these. I think they're so fun. On jackets as well, and especially on bags, like a Fringe bag is just so good. Lara Violetta's Fringe magazine bag. I don't think I've spoken about this on the channel before. Like, this bag is legendary. It will never leave my mind. That bag is just insane. It's literally a bag to show off your magazines. And if it wasn't the price that it was, I would so be buying it. Like, it's incredible. I just cannot justify that price. I mean, I get why it's that price, but no. Okay, this one's a little bit random, and I feel like sometimes I gotta throw in the weird, like really niche styling things, and that's wearing your top half off your body. Sounds a bit weird to say, and I've only been seeing literally like a tiny handful of people. I think that all London creators do it. I actually think it looks really cool. I really like it. I want to know your thoughts on this and what you think. Buttons on clothes. I've said this before and I want to say it again because I just think we're still going to continue to see it this autumn. And for me, and it's so easy to do this trend yourself and DIY it. I DIY'd the Paloma Wool button bikini myself, and I just bought secondhand buttons on Vinted minted. They were on a pillowcase. So cheap compared to if I went to go find these mother of pearl buttons new in like a craft shop. And also you're obviously reusing buttons that already exist, which is so important. I think on skirts along the hemline it's really nice. Me and Gloria saw some shorts with a car boot. Like I feel like I've just been seeing these pearlescent buttons still across clothing, and it's just so easy to do it yourself. So in my summer trends video I spoke about the big beaded necklaces. They're probably plastic or wooden. This I think we're still going to be seeing in autumn, but specifically this again might be a bit random and niche, but wearing them on a wire necklace. One of my favorite TikTokers, she's called Millie, and she did this. I think it was a DIY that she did herself, and it's just 2 beads on the wire, and it looks so elegant and gorgeous. And I love that you can make it yourself and add exactly what colors and shapes you want. I really want to do this. I think it looks so good. Again, thinking of like the winter parties and all of that formal wear, and just like having this gorgeous necklace with like an all black outfit or something. I just love it. Cowhide bags, vintage of course, may I add. Me and my boyfriend James, we were speaking about this all summer. Like we kept saying how we kept seeing these cowhide bags everywhere and how gorgeous they were, and we go into vintage shops and they have like the best ones ever. I've been doing a little bit of looking online. Like none of them are exactly what I want. I want something's got to be going on with the bag. Maybe a pocket, maybe a buckle, whatever. Maybe I'll find my dream one day. And Millie Jane, a small brand from London, she just made her ones. I think that's new cowhide, which I don't really agree with. I mean, I could be wrong. I'll fact check that. But as soon as I saw her selling that, I was like, ah, I can really see these taking on. Accessories. Do you agree with me that 2024 was the year of the rise of tack and accessorizing up your outfits? Keyrings on bags, chains and bracelets being used on your bags as accessories, brooches, badges on your bags, on your jackets, on your jeans. And we're not going to stop seeing it this whole autumn and winter. And that curly top, she was wearing this trench coat where she added these 2 different colored brooches on the top, and I love this. And my friend Chloe's been wearing this red one on her tops, adding badges and pins onto your hats as well. I've been seeing people do this and talk about it, and somebody recently said this to me about adding badges and pins to your beanie. I don't know who it was. Could be a close friend, could be someone online that I just like think we're friends. I don't know. Someone said it to me recently. Love it for autumn. Grommet hole jeans. So this has made it to the list just because I saw one TikTok of a girl looking so good that I was like, I have to include this, and it's gonna become trendy just because she looks so good. Alina on TikTok, she has these vintage D&G grommet hole jeans. They look so cool. I've already tried to look for them. Okay, I didn't look that hard, but I would like to come across these one day. I think they're very cool. Again, something you could probably DIY yourself if you have the right materials. I won't be doing that, but someone could. Chainmail in all forms of accessories, especially in bags. There are so many gorgeous, really stunning, like true vintage chainmail clutches and purses are so stunning, and also in the forms of bracelets and necklaces. I feel like chainmail accessories is where it's at. Okay, Peplum tops. This is something that I think it was in my last trend video, and it was all because of Sierra. She speaks about this a lot, and I'm actually surprised that Peplum's not become more seen in the recent months. Like I don't think it's taken off as quick as I thought it would. And there was a recent runway show where they had like a Peplum jacket, I think. I can't remember. It was either in Milan or Paris. And then that just made me think we're probably going to be seeing it more. Numbers on everything. I think we're going to continue to still see this. I have to thank Paloma Wool and their recent collection for making me like add this to the list, I guess. I did get a top from their collection and I'm obsessed with it. And I love this whole mix of like the netted, the jersey, and you can style this up in so many different ways, and I love it. Speaking of sports, the baseball aesthetic. We have seen so many different sporty aesthetics be trendy this year, like obviously football core, what do they call it? Bloke core. Yeah, bloke core. That was a huge thing last year. Rugby recently with the rugby shirts, also like sailor core. People have been like seeing that a little bit. And then what about baseball core? I feel like maybe I've heard people say this, I can't remember, but I found this top on Depop and it was this, I actually can't remember the brand. Is it Fred Perry? No, Tommy Hilfiger? I think it's Tommy Hilfiger. Old like baseball style top, and I really liked it. And then Chloe, she has these capris that are very like baseball, fine red pinstripe style, and yeah, I can just see the baseball kind of look being worn this autumn. Okay, biker boots. We have loved these for so long, right? But recently, Doc Martens have come out with their version of the classic vintage Harley Davidson ones with like the buckle hardware on the side. It's kind of like the 2024 autumn update of the iconic Miu Miu biker boots we saw last year. It's like a different version of the biker boot. And I actually really like the Doc Marten version. Like, you'd think I wouldn't, because I feel like the original is always going to be better, but I think they actually did a really good job on these, and they've already been so popular. I've seen so many influencers get gifted, and I know that doesn't always like mean that they're really popular, but and it's interesting to think if Doc Martens coming out with them would make the vintage Harley Davidson ones even more popular. And I know vintage Harley Davidson boots are not cheap, but the price of the Doc Marten ones make me think that, I mean, if I wanted the Doc Marten ones, I would just go and get the Harley Davidson ones vintage, because you'd probably get a better deal, and they're the original, and I kind of think they do look better than Doc Marten ones. I also found these at a car boot for like 20 quid. Anyway, I can see both brands of that style of boot doing really well this autumn. Polka dots, duh, do I even need to say? We are going to continue to see polka dots this autumn. I've been seeing some polka dot trenches and like cotton jackets. I think this is really cool. I love that. Pocket belts. I feel like I always find a way to mention pocket belts or tool belts in my trend videos, because you guys know I love them. But I think we're going to continue to see a lot of them this winter. Katrina Krebs, she styles her one perfectly for autumn in my opinion, with some long trousers and a really long coat, and there's no need for a bag. It's so practical and elevated, and I love it. Okay, the last thing on the list is studded bags. I feel like I really like the vintage ones, like proper 2010 studded, All Saints, Old Topshop kind of grungy vibe bags. But recently we have been seeing the Gimaguas style ones and all of the fast fashion dupes of that bag. And I just wanted to include it because I know that we're going to be seeing the studded bags like this everywhere. Continue to see it because I feel like everyone wore it this summer. But yeah, I think they're going to still be a very big thing this autumn, obviously. And guys, that is the end of my list. I've been chatting for so long, it feels good. My throat is sore, I need to go get a cup of tea. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know if there are things I missed off that you would put on your autumn trends list. Love you all so much. Subscribe down below if you haven't already. Follow me on my social media. My voice is actually really croaky, I need a cup of tea. Right, I will see you in my next video.